tiger instead of a dinosaur.
Amazing.
We are live, by the way. So there's that.
What difference?
Let them stop dealing with it.
Right. So make sure it goes live. There it goes.
What?
Yeah.
They don't give a shit. If you have computer problems, you have computer problems.
Was he giving you crap on Discord?
Nah, he's like, this shit's pissing me off. I'm like, then stop worrying about it.
Yeah, man, computer problems happen.
Yeah, I think it's page 3 is the one you want to see. No, page 4 is I'm here to...
But tell him, keep trying. We'll work him in when he gets in.
Yeah.
Cool. So, hey, everybody, what's up?
Sup?
Happy Thursday. Ooh.
I don't know about that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, tomorrow's Friday.
Yes, tomorrow, not today.
It's basically already tomorrow.
It's not.
Yeah, we are only a couple hours away from tomorrow.
I would be tomorrow if I could go to sleep and then open my eyes, but I can't.
You could do that in like 2 hours.
Yeah, 2 hours from now.
Hey, man.
Someone's cranky and needs a nap.
This is happy fun time.
Else, you can try.
Besides me.
When I logged on, I said I was tired.
Me too, but like I said, someone's tired and needs a nap besides me. Sounds like everyone's just tired.
I just think everyone needs more mead. That's, the answer.
More mead?
Yeah.
I got some moonshine with my apple cider mix here going.
Well, that's fine. You'll be good in a few minutes then.
I most definitely will.
Yeah.
Oh, now you can see everybody.
Oh, shit, I can't see him.
Maybe I can reconnect and I'll see him.
Yeah, I told him to connect without the camera.
Oh. Give us some talking there, Brad.
Can you speak?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
There we go.
It's something to do with the camera.
Awesome. That's
GD
weird.
camera. Whoever gave you that camera should be shut.
I can control everything.
All right, cool. All right, well, now we're all
There's
here.
an apron with a buff man fucking a sheep, and I need to cook for y'all more.
Yeah, I mean, that's a thing, for sure.
Sheep's blushing.
All right, so let's see. What happened last week? Things happened.
Bugs happened.
Yeah, well, before that, though, a portal to the dark domains.
I think we were granted mastery over the universe, weren't we?
I don't think that happened. Your character must have been on
get a He-Man hat.
You must have been on the
All
fairy
right, so
bones.
everybody who remembers that, raise their hands. Oh, see, Mike, you forgot something. You need to add that into the lore. I'm sorry.
Let me check my notes. Oh wait, you were all on fairy bones. That's what happened. There we go. Wouldn't be the first time.
No.
Won't be the last.
So anyway.
You guys were you were in Melody's gifted chateau in Kirmarus after the recovering the Dark Elves, and the first thing that happened was there was an astrological event. It seems like, and a misty portal to the Dark Domain opened up inside the house, which was a little scary, but nothing really terrifying happened other than it was the unknown. The
cat left me.
Yeah, the cat left.
Also, the cat was super old and way more intelligent than we thought he was.
It's quite possible, yes.
Yeah. Muttering about a chicken.
Yeah, well, but that wouldn't make sense to anyone except for Gray and...
Well, remember, I said something. Yeah, I said something about the chicken.
Yeah. Then Wildheart started acting strangely, talking about joining the collective and, becoming one of us and all that kind of stuff. Come to find out he was infected with some bugs. And then there was sort of a skirmish to eliminate those from Wildheart without killing him. And then
Pretty sure that was horny centipedes, but
yeah,
I could be wrong.
And then once that was dealt with, the two Dark Elves were kind of like, well, we're gonna go save our people, bye, and they left. You guys came back to your town, the guild town, and that's pretty much where we left off. So in between the time you came back and now, it's been about 4 days. So let's talk a little bit about what your characters are possibly been doing in that time. I'll start with Clancy. Clancy, you got your hat.
I'll put this on a special occasion.
Yeah. What else? What else have you been up to, Clancy, in that time?
Ordering a nice pair of boots.
Okay. What kind of boots?
Made for walking.
Okay. All right. Traveling boots. Gotcha. All right.
That's what they'll do.
Yeah. Will they walk all over you?
Yeah, I was waiting for that.
What? No! I walk on them.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, you commissioned some boots to be made. We can posit that. Is there anything special about these boots?
Just that they're made for walking.
10-gallon boots, 20-gallon.
No.
hat.
35.5-gallon boots.
Well, yeah. So if there's no like custom design for them, then you probably could just buy boots. So we can posit that, like, 50 silver later, you've got some boots.
Accepted.
Yep. Cool. Also, I imagine you played some gigs there at the old inn.
Every night.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Anything else you want to posit you've been doing in that time? You've been getting to know any of the other characters around town, or?
No, just standing out in front of the hat shop till it's done, and then standing out in front of the boot shop until they tell me to go away.
Yeah. So the hat would have been done. We left off on Tuesday, I think. So the hat would have been done on Thursday, and today is Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah. So, all right. Maybe some other things happened. We'll check in though. Melody, what have you been doing?
What have I been doing?
Mm-hmm.
So, I would deposit that when I was at the. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I went back to the guild hall and I was trying to discern where the voice was coming from within, because it said something like "feed me" or "free me." I can't remember what, but it was talking like it wasn't me.
Yeah. It definitely came from within. Let's why don't you roll a let's roll a discern realities on your wisdom.
Okie dokie.
13. Yeah. So I would posit that you even had some mild conversation with this entity, and it sometimes refers to itself as we.
Okay.
And it goes on a lot about killing the betrayer,
Okay.
tearing down the false idol. It says free the winged one. It tells you, and sort of general things like that. If you ever ask any questions about what it is, it's very vague, almost like it's not even sure what it is.
Okay.
So Scully is inside you. I mean, Skelly, great. That's good.
Skelly's in that skull you got.
Yeah.
Sure he is.
Yeah. I mean, theoretically, you wouldn't know that, but he's in there. we've posited this on air.
We have on a few occasions, yes.
Yeah. He pops up every once in a while. So,
All right, cool. But I imagine at some point in time, you've done some stuff at the brewery,
Yeah, I've done
Being
some
your
stuff at
business
the
self.
brewery, checked in, and wasn't this the stable? Is it done yet, or?
So it's only been. I mean, you guys commissioned that maybe like a week and a half ago at best.
Okay, so I just look in and see how it's
Yeah.
going.
So not that it's on the map, but we can composite. There's kind of construction going on all over the place.
Yeah.
Because you guys had a lot of things that you were building. Pretend that the construction is happening in various places. So yeah, there's a lot of because of the construction, there's a lot of workers in town and a lot of materials sort of being brought in and out. So that there's the town's a lot busier than normal, and so which brings more trade as well. So
Yeah.
Yep. All right. What's Miss been up to?
Oh, doing normal miss things. He has procured more accoutrements for his shop.
All right. Let's do a roll for that. I'll give you the option of rolling on intellect or wisdom, either one of the two.
Or I can roll on Dex because I procured it.
This is more about finding it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, either one of those rolls sucks ass. So
Yeah.
here we go.
Now, if you took someone with you, that could certainly boost your roll.
All right, I'm gonna burn 2 of my 5 holds that I have right now to make
Okay.
that a 10.
All right, yeah. You found, we'll say, at least 20 items of decent rarity to common folk, anyways. So items that you could price at 500 silver or more a piece. So
Okay. So I did that. Talked to Wax, trained him a little bit.
okay,
He's getting really antsy and wants to be more of like an adventuring apprentice instead of just shop. So I've been training him a little bit. I went and took care of my house. Searched that top to bottom as best I could because of the whole magic wall and the shit that we went through there.
yeah. I mean, you kind of mostly cleaned it out beforehand. So there's really just the one hidden item left in there, so that's pretty much it.
And other than that, I've just been hanging around, talking to Fluffy, and taking care of guild stuff.
Okay, all right. So roll. Let's roll a spout lore. That's with intellect. I'll give you a +1.
Thanks, Mike.
Yeah, I gave you a +1, man. I don't know what else to do.
Hey, it tracks, man. That's
yeah.
what happens.
Yeah. So while you were out and about and doing stuff, you didn't come across anything interesting information wise. Fluffy, however, does have some information to trade to you, but you didn't bring any good conversation to her. So she offers to you some information of value on one of 2 terms. You can give her money for it, or you can just promise her a favor for later.
How much money?
She says like a gold.
Done.
Cool.
Fuck favors.
Yeah. So she tells you she's heard from customers coming in and out that there's a sort of mysterious army that's been coming down through the west coast, coming in down along the shoreline and stuff, headed south. That there's a lot of numbers, but it seems like the places they visit, that most people are hushed with either money or by force. So there's not a lot of information about it, a lot of murmurings, but it's all hushed, like whispers and stuff like that. You also find out that the trial that's happening on Wednesday. Yep, 5 days from now. It's definitely to do with the murder of the prince. And so that's also one of those things where like it's very hushed tones. No one's supposed to be talking about it, but like stuff gets out. And you spent some time looking at the map, and while you didn't really recognize the area, the Fluffy, as you sort of look over it with her, kind of confirms to you that while this is not inside the dwarven main town or whatever, the dwarven capital itself, it is like near it, so it's on the outskirts of where the dwarven capital is.
Okay.
So
Well, I would like to say then that through all of this in my 4 days that I've mentioned to everybody that I intend to go to the Dorvern trial.
Yeah. Okay.
And I also pass along the news of some scary army descending from coming towards us in a hushed manner.
Okay. Cool.
Spooky.
And so yeah, I mean, in your days, those are sort of things that happen with you. Great, man. What you been up to?
Eating food, sleeping a lot, feeding this boy.
Yeah. So let me let's get you to you know what? Roll on your strength. Just give me a 2d6 on your strength.
Oh, that was one. Sorry. Sorry. That was one die. That's fine. We'll just roll an extra. That's 7, 8, 9. It's 9 in all.
Okay. Oh, look at that. All right, so yeah. You and maybe you and Simba have been sparring, and it's gotten to a point where you're pretty equally matched when he's in his human form. So like you two would go toe to toe in like a fist fight in human form.
Okay.
Because Simba's basically asked you to train him so that when he has to fight in human form, that he has that ability without having to go to a dragon form.
Okay.
Yeah. Because he's posited with his newfound sort of power and increased knowledge that there may be situations where it's not pertinent to be a dragon because it would endanger the party.
Yeah, so he got smarter.
He did gain some intelligence in that time, yeah.
Okay.
Still very bent on being a hero, though.
A villain? A super villain?
No,
a hero that's a super villain? Because that's what he is. 'Cause that's what he is. He's a monster.
In fact, he talks about being a hero constantly. It's all he talks about.
Like we talked about, some villains think they're heroes.
Yeah, of course. And every now and then he does bring up the other dragon.
And I repeat, I can't do nothing about that, Chief.
Yeah. But he just talks about, like he wonders what she's doing and wonder how many souls she's eaten and how strong
Not as
she
many
is.
as you're gonna get to eat.
And
Super boost.
wonder what she's like, as a person, sort of thing. So, that's pretty much it. That's what's going on with you guys, I guess.
I'm gonna posit that after Clancy heard about the potential war, he ordered a bandana and some face paint to be made.
Yeah. Well, no one said the
That
word
makes
war.
He said scary army, it's close enough.
Okay. All right. 5 silver.
Good enough for a costume.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Now, Wildheart, what have you been doing for like the last 4 days?
A lot of drugs. Like a lot of drugs.
Yeah. So, do you still have some memories from when the bugs were inhabiting you? Do you get flashbacks of like their thoughts and feelings?
No, I was trying to recall them with the drugs, but I cannot.
Okay. Yeah. And outside of the drugs, anything else?
I went fishing and hunting.
Yeah. So, Boku asked if you would teach him to read and write. Do you know how to read and write?
Yes.
Okay.
He's learned.
Yeah. So give me an intelligence roll to see how well you teach Boku to read and write.
Uh-oh.
Not bad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You do an okay job at like teaching Boku to read and write. You know, Boku's basically got like some of the basics down. Can formulate like single words, not sentences yet, but can like write single words and sort of string. You know, when reading, you know, sentences together enough to like understand what they say, which isn't bad in 4 days' time for a mechanical bear. And so Boku definitely is, you know, trying to become, I guess, more, I'll say more human, but, you know, more human-esque, I guess. And you were unconscious when the Dark Elf ladies left. So do you have any, like when you woke up and you were here and they were gone, did you have any feelings about that?
Regret.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Regret, like you didn't get to say goodbye, or they were just gone?
Probably in sleep.
Yeah, that I met a fellow dark elf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right. So now, does anyone have any interactions with the other characters now after hearing what they were doing over their time? Did anyone interact with the other characters while that was happening?
I mean, yeah, I talked to everybody and hung out
Yeah.
with some of them, and you know, shoot the shit
Yeah.
in our own town.
So when Mist tells everyone that he has to go like to court near the Dwarven Kingdom, which seems like it could be dangerous.
Oh, I tell everyone that I believe it's 100% trap.
Yeah.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah. Does do you guys express like, you know, a desire to join him in this? Or,
I guess we're going. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
expressed an interest in robbing them again.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me just hold on. TP.
You making changes?
Cool. Got my notes for next session. It's just the 3 letters TP and K. Anyways, yeah. Okay. Cool. So you guys and Gray definitely you know wanting to be a hero. Simba is very intrigued by the whole like justice system. You know, with
course
courts
he
and
is.
trials and whatnot.
He becomes the biggest villain of all. He's like, I want to join the government.
You got to bring it down from the inside, man.
They can tell you what to do, whether it's right or wrong, and you have to do it.
Yeah.
They have such power.
So yeah, all right, cool. And does anyone like venture out to check on Wildheart, make sure he's okay?
I mean, I've gone out and set a alcohol next to him and told him to drink.
I have
looks a
asked
little
him
dry.
if he likes my new hat.
I think we've all like went in and checked on everybody.
Yeah.
Asked him if you know, any centipedes have fallen out of any orifices lately.
Yeah.
Does he feel like his normal self, or does he want to like, you know, take over the hive or whatever?
Yeah, you just kind of cautiously are like, what's your views on collectives? Are you trying to hug anybody? And then you walk away.
And do you guys ask Twee about the whole bug thing?
I do, for sure.
Yeah, of course. We asked Rose and Tweed.
Is Rose back yet? Let's see. How long has it been since that's happened?
Yeah, I guess I didn't think about that.
Festival. So she would have left on this day. So what? Yeah, she would have gotten back basically like yesterday.
Well, wasn't that when we got back?
No, because you guys instant traveled, and she didn't instant travel with you.
I know, but I'm saying that's fine.
You guys got back like 5 days ago, 4 days ago.
Oh, okay. All right, never mind.
In
then.
fact,
I thought
you got back, left, and then came back again. Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah. So the
Gotta
attack.
love the travel.
The attack on the Grand Summit Festival that was on like Sunday, May 2nd.
Yeah, I thought we had gotten back like earlier than that, or you know what I mean, like not 4 days ago, more like 1 day ago. But okay.
No, yeah, you've been around town for like the last 4 days.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's like a 5 days journey, even by like cart from one to the other. So the earliest she would have gone back would have been yesterday. So we'll say she, as soon as the attack happened, she booked it out of there. But yeah,
Yeah.
she would have only gotten back like yesterday on Friday. So if you're asking anyone, you're asking Tweeg. If you're asking,
Okay, yeah, then
early
we'll
on.
do that.
So yeah, yeah. So does everyone ask, or does just a couple people ask? Who's
Oh,
asking?
I asked for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
I go with them, but I proclaim, what the hell is that thing, and refuse to talk to him.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, he basically tells you about how the gods had a battle, and then like when they were gone, the earth split open on the island, and all these sort of murderous bugs came spilling
That does
out.
not sound well.
With the intent to sort of, it seems like they infect people and make them part of the hive mind, and that he narrowly escaped on his ship as the bugs are spilling forth in the ocean, and then they saw a giant sort of water centipede thing, and then they left, never to return.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's that. And I imagine possibly Tweeg having an interest in the bugs in the sense that he never wants to see them again, has probably asked Wildheart to come over occasionally so he can run some tests on them and see if he can figure out a way to stop them from infecting people or whatever. Would Wildheart be amenable to that?
Yes, that sounds fine.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. Cool. So yeah, you guys are you're sort of around and about. I would even say, so let's say Wildheart, you're with Tweeg at the brewery, and he's checking up on you. And Melody, are you there as well?
Sure, yeah.
Cool. Let's say it's midday on Saturday. Where would everyone else be?
Midday on Saturday?
Mhm.
That sounds like nap time.
All right.
Where
So
are
you-
you napping?
In the middle of the corridor, not corridor, fucking center square, wherever that is.
Okay.
I would be sitting right there fishing.
All right. Gray, you off in the woods doing your woods thing?
Yeah, that or, like I said, catching some fish or just hunting deer
Yeah.
or food.
All right, cool.
Like always.
So, Gray, as you're in the woods,
Mm-mm.
you well, in fact, Simba,
No.
yeah,
Mm.
Simba says,
On the move, I rolled to defy danger already. Mm-mm.
Simba says to you, he says, "Pops,
What?
do you hear that?"
No, I don't hear it.
like-
Obviously.
He's like, "There's a
Do I hear it?
roll on intelligence."
I don't even know. Give me a second. Does it have a negative modifier with it? Nah, it doesn't. Okay. So.
You can kind of hear something. It's very, very faint.
Okay.
It's like a rumbling in the distance. It's like thunder is coming this way, but I don't see any clouds, Pops.
Okay. That's not good. Was it gonna rain or something?
He's like, "No, Pops, it's I don't know." And the ground's vibrating slightly.
Well, looks like we better go back into town and tell them something not so good is probably heading our way.
Cool.
Again.
Yeah, so you run back to town.
Yep, I
Who-
guess so.
Who do you look for first?
I don't know, the closest person that I would be able to coming out of here.
Yeah, I mean, coming out there, you've got the
Fancy
brewery,
asleep on the square.
and then you got mist right across the river from where you are.
Then I would say, hey, the mist, and
Right.
tell them this fool hears something again. Bad things happen every time.
Every time you go in the woods, just stop going in the woods.
Somebody won't let good things happen when I go in the woods. That doesn't.
I know. Yeah.
That has nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, how dare
Yeah.
you, Keith Urban?
So I explained to Miss like I did. Well, I let Simba explain to Miss.
Yeah, and so
What's going on?
Simon tells you he hears something. It's rumbling.
Well, then I put two and two together and say it could possibly be this army marching across the ground that we're hearing.
And so Simon's like, "What should we do?"
Town meeting, something.
He says, "Okay." So you guys are having this conversation, unbeknownst to everyone else. Melody, you, Wildheart, Twig, and did you guys ever send Darren back up to Ugrin as requested?
Yeah, I thought we did.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
We've
Fiona
already
talked about
covered
that.
So yeah. But Imogen is there in the brewery with Melody, Wildheart,
Yeah.
Twig. You guys are in there, and then you hear the door open, and Ted's like, "Whoa! So this is where the magic happens, yeah?"
Oh no. Oh my god. This is the brewery. Yes.
He says, "Oh, this is where that sweet brew is made that Fluffy serves down in the inn." He says, "You guys make some choice beer."
Thank you.
He says, yeah, no, thank you. Yeah, you're the best, Melody." He says, "Hey, Melody, look, I don't want to say anything, but, like, you been talking to yourself lately? Are you okay?"
Are any of us truly okay? And do I roll on charisma to confuse him?
Yeah, roll charisma.
Oh, he's pretty confused.
He's like, "What?"
I've politicianed myself into
He's
it.
like, "I never thought of it that way. I don't
He's
know."
just walking away going, whoa!
Now he's still standing in there with you, but he's like, so he's not deep in thought while you guys are still like going about your business, and he's just like
He's
staring at
hurting.
the sky.
He's hurting himself with his brain.
Yeah. So Mist, Gray, Simba, the sound, the rumbling sound is now audible to all of you at this point, and it's definitely coming like from the north. Do you have a plan of action? Are you going to find other people?
I guess we go find the rest of our crowd.
No,
'cause
you-
that
you-
doesn't sound good.
Yeah, well, you're in the brewery. There's probably noises going on in there, and then there's Ted annoying you. So
Oh, I thought you said that we would all be aware of it, but
yeah, well, you might hear it in the background, but like I said, you're sort of like busy doing stuff.
okay, then I guess I'm still doing stuff.
Yeah, this is more directed at like what Mist, Gray, and Simba are doing.
Oh, okay.
Well, I guess we got to go get some people, don't we?
I would be telling Twig and literally anyone that has to do with us. So,
Okay, so you head towards the brewery then to talk to them.
yeah, everybody. I mean, Wax. I mean, everyone.
Yeah, okay.
Anyone that's a common person in this city,
Yeah.
because this is a problem for everybody.
Yeah! Now I get
Cool, so
dual play again.
So are you collecting the town in one spot, sort of thing, or?
Trying to.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, I guess over time, where are you wanting to collect everybody at?
Probably like right here.
Okay. So like sort of in between the inn and the guild hall.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it takes a little bit of time, and you sort of get everyone collected in that same spot. And the workers doing the construction, do you sort of like just tell them to like go hide, or do you gather them too, or?
No, they get to keep working. I want my fucking shit built.
Okay, all right, cool.
That beastry ain't gonna build itself for me.
Yeah, and what about like Magus and Wisp and Horny D and all those guys?
Yeah, man. I mean, they're fucktards of our group, but yes, they
Okay.
are part of the group.
Yeah, you see people with the other two. All right, cool. So you guys,
They'll give us away if we let them
what
wander.
instructions? So you gathered everyone together. What do you give them some sort of instruction? I mean, we like prepare for battle, or like
Big scary noises.
No, one of those. If you listen, something's coming. We've all heard the whispers of war approaching, or possibly an army. Everyone be on alert. I don't know. What do we do?
Yeah.
It takes so fucking long to do anything. So it's not like put the walls
Yeah, by the
up
time
and
we've got
protect the
everybody
city. It's not
together,
gonna
the-
happen.
Right.
So-
By the
Well, I
time
mean,
we get everybody together, the bullshit will be here.
Do you send a scout out, or do you just wait for whatever it is to come?
I mean, I can go scout it. I don't give a shit.
Oh,
I'm fast.
I
and
could send
sneaky.
my peregrine, and then I could talk to
I
it.
tell
and it
Simba
comes
to
back.
turn into a dragon and rain fire down upon them all, killing everything in its path.
Do you tell him to
Maybe
do
not.
that?
All this old No, that's a terrible idea. That is.
But could I discreetly send one of my falcons to look and then?
Hey, has Bird come back yet?
Possibly. Yeah. Bird's around.
Cool. As long as he's around.
Yeah. But Clancy has no. Well, so yeah. I mean, Fiamma. What's
Oh
Fiamma
yeah,
doing?
Fiamma would be in the middle of town. Likely she's gonna head towards the north, but like towards the tree line.
Okay.
Not like actually going up wherever it's coming from.
Okay. So yeah, do you set your peregrines, or does Miss go? Who goes?
Yeah, sure, I can do that.
Okay. Roll. I guess roll on Dex. We'll see how well they perform.
Oh, sweet. That doesn't happen.
Do you send both or one of them out?
I was just gonna send one so that they could tell me what's there.
It never returns.
Oh no!
It's like, thank God, I'm finally free.
All right, I'll go and see.
All right, cool. Yes, you start heading north. You start getting closer where the sound is, and we can posit that. Let's see. Whatever it is getting just beyond this like tree line way up here. You roll on Dex for stealthiness, I guess.
Sure. The stealthiest. Man, these rolls suck ass today.
Yeah. So yeah, you're sort of like hiding in a tree, waiting for them to come by.
How about I'm standing behind a short bush?
Okay, you're sitting. I feel like you're not. You're stealthier than that, right? It's just that you get discovered anyways, being stealthy. Because Mist isn't like dumb at being stealthy. It's just that sometimes things just don't go your way.
Yeah, but who checks behind a small bush?
Yeah. So you're hiding in some way, and as you're hiding, you hear someone behind you, like you didn't hear them come up or anything like that, but you just hear a voice and it says, "Who are you?"
And I say, without turning around, same question, who are you?
He says, "I asked you first."
I own this land.
He says, "Are you the Duke of this land?"
No, but I own this land.
He says, "Well then, maybe we can come to an amenable agreement. Could you step out into the open for us?"
Sure.
Do you turn around at this point, or?
Yeah, I'll turn around.
Behind you, there are two orcs, and they're definitely dressed in sort of like all green, sort of camo type gear. They've got some like short bows on their back and some daggers. They seem to be very like roguish. Both of them are, for orcs, a little bit shorter than normal, slender, but very toned. And one of them like whistles, and a few seconds after the whistling, you hear the rumbling stop, and then a few moments later, a few more orcs emerge through the trees to where you're at, they're the ones that come out are wearing sort of more formal looking clothing, still military-esque, but not quite like a grunt would wear. And one of them says, "And who we have here?" And the guy that talked to you says, "This guy says he owns the land." And he says, "Oh, well, allow me to introduce myself. I'm General Strongarm of the Orkandan Army."
What the fuck?
Orkandan. That's right.
Okay.
Yeah. And he
Thin
says,
line.
yeah.
Thin line. Keep on going.
He says, we've, making our way south, we're in search of something of great importance. May we pass through your land? He says, I see the look on your face. I promise we mean no harm, and we don't aim to cause any trouble.
Yeah, okay. Can I ask where you're going?
He says, we're going south. We're searching our way from the north, from our homeland. We're searching for the Crown Prince Theodore Longtusk.
Crown Prince Theodore Longtusk. So you're missing your prince.
He says, yes.
Off
Says-
subject, I can't remember, Mike. Did we kill this motherfucker?
No.
Okay, good. We killed so many people, I was like, maybe it was a random guy we murdered. I don't remember.
Vengeance.
I expect things like that to happen.
I do
Yeah.
too, that's why I
Yeah.
was waiting for it. I was like, wait, did we kill him? I don't know.
It's like we found his corpse in your forest.
Okay. Alright, so then back onto it. I would say something like my land extends from the waterfront down what, couple miles?
You sort of own a little plot on sort of the side of the peninsula, so
Then I'm going to kindly ask him to, if they're coming south, to go their left and skirt my town. Because
says-
the people who live there, they can hear his army coming and they're freaking out.
he says, but if I could, I would. You see, we've had some reports of, well, we understand you have an orc in your town, and we would like to question him.
The
Of
old
course you
man?
would.
No,
No, you
Yeah.
know who.
no, you know who he's gonna.
You already know.
You already know.
First of all, if you're referring to someone called Ted, he's a dumbass.
He says, did you say Ted?
Oh
Yeah.
God.
I said Ted.
You mean the Crown Prince Theodore?
No.
Fucking shit. I literally say that out loud.
He's like, yeah, he knows Ted.
Wait, before you freak out. Huh?
He says, yeah, he knows Ted. But he says, yeah, he knows Ted.
And I said, before you freak out and try to massacre everybody, are you fucking telling me Ted is your prince?
He says, so you know Prince Theodore?
God damn it. Can I just grab him and bring him to you?
He says, no, we must make haste to him now. If you know where he is, then we must see him now.
Then only a couple of you, not the whole army, because fucking Ted is a menace.
He says, I request I could bring 10 men.
Okay, and I'm going to tell him that I absolutely am okay with whatever he wants to do to Ted, but if he fucks with anyone else, we're going to have issues.
Cool. Then you see him like wave his hand and he goes like this, and a few more orcs like pile out of the wood. And
And then I scream, make haste! Let's get rid of this dumbass and take off.
We
He
must
says, "Wait."
Turn your prince somewhere else.
so they start making their way through the forest with you.
And I say, I'm not waiting. You don't understand. I really want Ted to be gone.
Yeah. So you guys, you get to the tree line, and as they're emerging in the tree line, all the people are standing there. Do you say anything as you emerge to the people standing there, or?
Yes, I say, not to be alarmed. These are my guests. And then I wave Gray, Melody, Clancy, and Wildheart towards me. And then I explain to them quickly that apparently these fine gentlemen and their army of whatever are searching for their crown prince, and his name is Ted.
Is this a joke?
Like our
It's
Ted?
not a joke.
Like the idiot?
Are you sure
Yes,
it's
the
not a
fucking
joke?
moron. And then I turn and look at that guy, and I'm like, tell him.
So these guys are coming out as you're sort of coming, telling, because you ran ahead. So as soon as the line is sort of just like the three of you standing there, I guess. And he says, "Yes, take us to Ted immediately, sir. Take us to, or it's not Ted, but like Prince Theodore."
Oh my god.
I'm just gonna yell across the thing and be like, "Yo, Ted."
He says, "Is he in the crowd?"
No. Well, yeah, he actually should be.
So they start walking, and like as soon as they start making their way, like Ted like looks and he sees. So those of you standing around Ted, he's like, "Oh shit!" and he starts to run.
I'm gonna catch him. Can I roll on Dex to
Why
catch
is he
him?
running?
Yeah, roll
Why are you
on
running?
Dex.
Clancy will also assist, thinking it's a game.
Don't need a test.
Probably
I got him.
area.
I'm literally gonna say I caught him, kicked him in the back of the knee, and held him on the ground.
So you grab Ted, but as they emerge, one of them looks over, sees Tweeg, and he says, "Back! They have a vile goblin in their midst," and he rushes to attack Tweeg.
No.
Pyjama's gonna step in front of him.
You're not gonna like try and stop him with words. You're just gonna like.
I'm gonna step in front of him and light a fire in my hand.
All right, roll.
I will-
Guess, well, you got Ted.
Yeah, I can talk.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna say, remember what I said. Everyone here is under my my dominion. You better call your dog off.
And then
Pyjama's
also,
gonna look
also
back at that.
have Fiamma like roll a charisma check, I guess, for intimidation. He's mildly intimidated. So he runs up. Fiamma jumps in the way, and he like stops, but he's like glaring in Fiamma's eye, and then missed. I guess missed roll on also your charisma.
Sure.
Yeah. So then after Miss yells out, he like steps a few steps back, and he says, "How can you suffer a goblin to live?" And Tweeg's over there like whoa, I'm not like that kind of goblin. And one of them says, "Is that the goblin talking?"
Yeah.
And another one says, "Goblins don't talk like that."
If Ted can be a prince, then goblins can be like that.
And I'm gonna look at the whole group of those guys, and I'm gonna be like, "Look, we suffer all walks of life here, including Ted. You should understand."
So so do you bring Ted back to them?
Yes, I bring Ted back to
Yeah.
them.
So as you're bringing Ted back, he walks up and he's like, "I knew this day would come, but oh, bro, missed, buddy, you gotta let me go. This ain't no good for me."
Ted, what the fuck, man?
He's like, "Look, man, I gave up that life. All right, I ain't about that."
Well, apparently that life didn't give you up, buddy.
He says, you don't know what it's like, man. You don't know what it's like. Like, you can't go anywhere. You can't do anything. You can't, like, can't smoke a righteous joint. It's awful."
I'm sure you can, but
So he gets up there, and you take him to the guys, and he looks up and he's like, "Hey, Chadwick. Hey, Blake. What's up, Joseph?" And General Strongarm's like, "It's General Strongarm. Don't call me Chadwick." And he's like, "Sorry, Chad." He's like, "General Strongarm." He's like being emphatic about it. And Ted's like, "Bro, you can't take me back." And then like General Strongarm slaps him in the face. And then Ted's like, "My apologies. I am sorry. Please, don't take me back. It will kill me."
And I'm literally gonna be like, "What the fuck? All I had to do was slap him."
he's programmed like Get Out.
He says, "Sorry, Mist. I don't like speaking in the formal way. I prefer the speech of my homies." And he like flinches and looks at Chadwick. And he's like, "You see, I never wanted to be a prince." He says, "But you can't help how you're born." And Chadwick says, "Look, your father's fallen ill. He was cursed. There's been a goblin invasion to the north. And we've been in a constant struggle against them as they try and push the border back. He says, we need you to return. And Ted's like, what can I do? And he's like, look, you're the last of the long tusks. All right. Only
I mean, Mist, if we help him, Dad may not have to go anywhere.
He's like, oh, only you can wield the holy sword.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. Oh, Jesus.
Jeez, dude.
Oh my gosh.
He's like, where's Grigori? He's supposed to be taking care of you. And Ted's like, oh, bro. And then Chad raises his hand, and Ted flinches, and he's like, I mean, sorry. So Grigori died? Yeah, Uncle Grigori died. And so I've been chilling with these guys. They've taken good care of me, And look, I found these orphans. They're real chill. I love the orphans. They're great.
Aww.
I'm not gonna help you. I can't be of any help to you guys. I'm no
Fiona
good.
is gonna be like, no, it's fine. I'll take care of him. Yeah.
He's like, I mean, I appreciate Fiamma, but I got a bond with those children. It's special.
For the love of God, leave.
And they're like, no, we have to take you. He looks at all of you and he says, I want to thank you for taking care of Prince Theodore. I'm sorry for any trouble he's caused you. Look, we were never here. And he pulls out a bag of gold and he tosses it to the ground.
Nice.
So if we split it between all of us, what does that give us there, Mike?
The bag of gold's 500 gold. So you get 100 gold apiece.
Cool.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Then he sees the dark elf and he says, "The dark elf, is that a commodity, or?" He's trying to be real sensitive about it.
Yes.
Wow, dude.
No!
He's not. He's part of the group.
He says, "Okay, all right, cool,
Why is everybody so racist?
cool."
It's awful.
Every
I
time,
know. I know. man.
every time we meet somebody, every time, and I wonder why. You know what? We just start killing people.
I'm with you.
So they talk about themselves for a minute, and they said, so they're like, where perhaps did you find Ted? And Ted's going behind you. He's doing that thing.
He showed up and never left. Like an itch.
He says, okay. All right.
Also, fun questions. What are you guys facing, and why is Ted so necessary?
He
Or
says,
Theodore?
He says, well, unfortunately, the long tusk lineage is the only ones that can carry the holy sword.
Okay, but you said this before. But what does this holy sword do?
It is the ultimate weapon against. And he looks over at Tweeg and he says, goblins.
I've killed lots of goblins, guy. In fact, I really fucking hate goblins myself. And I look at Tweeg, present company excluded.
Tweeg's like, nah, man, I hate goblins too.
I'll be like, and I turn around and I kind of show him my lower back where I have "fuck goblins" tattooed on me. I was like, seriously, I fucking hate those things, and I've killed plenty of them without a magic sword.
He says,
what are we talking?
He says, I understand. I understand. I do. But goblins have something that most people don't have. That's numbers, and they breed really quickly. But the bigger problem is, well, some of these goblins, they're not like regular goblins. They're powerful.
I know.
They have magic and
You know what
powers
goblins.
beyond.
I know exactly what goblins.
Beyond that of a normal goblin. He says, I don't know, these goblins, whenever we see them, they all have runes tattooed over them. They all have one rune the same, though. It all says Onyxia. And then Tweeg perks up and he's like, did you say Onyxia? And he's like, yeah. Does that mean something? And he's like, oh shit. shit. He's like, look, guys, Onyxia is the demon lord that created the goblins in the first place. She's sort of the mother of all goblins, and if she's been resurrected, it's bad news. It's real bad news. Yeah. Last I knew, she was sealed in the Moon Temple, but I guess that's over now. And
Great.
then the orcs, like, astonished, are like, where is this Moon Temple? And he's like, it's... Oh, I've only heard rumors, but it's on the most northern tip of the western part of the continent, I think. And he says, look, if that's what you're facing, you might as well just move.
And I look at him and say, if you think Ted's gonna do it for you guys, you're pretty much lost.
He says, no, you don't understand. Once Ted wields the...
Does it make him non-stupid in the fucking, giant 60 feet? I mean, it's Ted. How's the sword gonna change Ted?
He says, no, any wielder of Orc's caliber...
Get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here with that shit.
That fucking broke me.
Get the hell out of here.
Orcs caliber.
Hey, get the hell out of here, Excalibur. I
Oh
can't.
my god.
I was
It's
okay.
happening. This is great.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. It's absolute horse.
I'm a little terrified to see what the Lady of the Lake looks like.
He's like, any wielder of Orc's caliber gains strength and intelligence beyond any
At this moment, does a
feasible moment.
orc's hand come out of the river holding a sword? Oh my god.
I was perfectly fine without that one.
That's great.
Oh, perfectly fine.
He says,
But all right.
he says, yeah, but only the long Tusk lineage can hold it. It was handed down by the monster of the loch.
Fucking can't, man. Yeah. Tracks.
Yep. And he says to the Orc King, Sir Reginald Longtusk, long ago. And he says, it's in the blood, the DNA. I don't know, something.
Well, I guess I reach out and I say, you better keep our friend Ted, and I say friend like very flippantly, safe. And I don't know about the rest of us, but I believe I can speak for him. If we can help, we might.
He says, well, I don't know what a bunch of mere humans and elves can do, but
Everybody's always talking shit. Always.
Yes, they are.
he says,
I don't know what a few mere this can do this.
Yeah.
You know.
He doesn't know who you are.
You're looking at Ted as a hero.
Like-
I'm gonna look at him and be like, why don't you talk to Ted about that on your way there?
It's like,
If
oh
you
yeah,
change
they're
our mind,
super
send
strong.
us something.
Yeah, they're like the strongest people I've ever met. He looks at Ted and he says, "Okay, Ted." And he says, "Are we gonna do this the easy way or the hard way?" And he holds up some cuffs, and Ted's like, "I'll go peacefully. I don't want those." And he's like, "All right." And he says, "Once again, you didn't see us. We were never here."
Okay.
And he says, "We bid you adieu," and they start walking off. Meanwhile,
I turn around at once Ted's out of earshot.
well, hold on. Before you do that, I mean, does like Big Horny D or Wisp or Magus or is it Belladonna? Or,
yeah.
Belladonna or
Of course, Belladonna's going to cause a damn scene.
or
and be
Kyle.
like, take me
Does
with
any of them
you."
have anything to like? Are they trying to stop Ted from being taken away or anything?
No.
Kyle's handing him a gift baggie.
Horny D's yelling out saying, "Don't worry about it, buddy. I'll lay enough pipe for the both of us."
I'll come
I
visit
gr-
once I get the shop open.
I grab one of the guards' ankles and scream, "Take me with you!" Like just dead weight and grab onto the ankle.
Roll strength.
Hold on, let me find her character sheet. I'm sure it's very low, but probably not the lowest stat considering I made that dex. didn't expect to have to pull her out today. Give me 1 second.
Gotta get that app that I use. It's all a touch of a button.
Found it. Boom. I got an 8.
Okay. Yeah, you hold on for like, a handful of steps before he like shakes you off. And as he walks away, you can hear him be like, "What was that?" He's like, "I don't know. It's some sort of weird, like, I don't know, deer human thing. I don't know, man. This place is weird. There's a reason why we know."
She screams out, "I'll wait for you," and then immediately starts texting, or not texting. She immediately like scries to talk to another person.
Yeah. And they're going off muttering about, how like this is why we don't leave, Wakanda, and why we have barriers.
Oh my
and
God.
So, yeah. So, and then they leave off into the tree line, taking Ted with them. Yep.
We have a party.
All right, so I'm turning around again before you cut me off, and I'm going to say as soon as he's out of earshot, I'll be like, first round's on me, guys.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Poor Ted. But yeah. Ted is taken away, and he's gone. So, when they start leaving, Fluffy leans over to you and says, "Hey, so seems like they had a lot of money. Should
we rob them?
Should we find out like where they're going?"
Fuck yeah.
She's like, "Cool. I'll try to put a tail on them and see where they go."
Sounds good.
Yeah. And she...
While you're doing all that, I'll still be able to hear you. I'm gonna go grab a coffee.
Yeah.
No, don't do that.
I need it. I
No,
really
as
do.
soon as we're done, you're going to fucking stay up all night. It's not good.
I promise you I won't.
So yeah, she puts a tail on them, and that tail will probably make it with them to where they're going. But by the time they get there, the tail will probably be found out and be murdered. But not before sending off a, some sort of message. So eventually you'll get a message as to their approximate location.
Okay.
So yeah, so that gets done, and you guys need to go to the trial.
Yep.
And so the place on the map where the trial is going to be, I guess I have to put you on this page too. Look at it, if only I'm on it. All right. So you guys, you're here where the guild is.
And the trial's right here. That's
Nope.
easy. Thanks, Mike.
Sorry, it's right over here. So you could warp to Ugrin, and from Ugrin, it's going to be about a 3-day ride in like a cart. So
Yeah, sure. Fuck it. Whatever.
you're basically going to need to leave, today-ish.
I leave today-ish.
Yeah, cool. So and
Clancy also leaves today-ish.
cool. And everyone else?
Sure.
Yeah. Well, her too.
Let's do it.
Cool. So yeah, you guys got like a multi-day travel, and so let's see. You're gonna warp to Ugrin. Do you do anything in Ugrin when you get there? I guess I give you that option. So
no.
yeah. So when you get to Ugrin, it seems like they're still sort of rebuilding. There's a lot of people around and about, but you notice a much heavier guard presence. There are a lot more of the castle guard, who normally aren't out and about, that are out and about, and they're doing patrols and all that kind of stuff. So something you notice.
Okay.
Yep. And then you guys don't have a cart anymore, I don't believe. Didn't something happen to it? Yes.
Sure did.
It got left in Ugrin, the last time you left Ugrin.
Right, so it's here.
No, not Ugrin. Sorry, Macrotier. Sorry, Macrotier.
Oh,
Yeah, Macrotier.
yeah, it was Macrotier.
Yeah. So, do you want to charter a cart while you're here? I assume.
A luxurious one.
Or do you just want to buy one?
Yeah,
All right. And then, did you bring the donkey and raptor with you?
I mean maybe.
I think didn't
they
use
leave
them?
with what's his name?
Yeah, we
to
let
take
them
here?
use them.
So
But
they're already here.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, maybe. Well, I guess they could have come back, but yeah, because they're already here. That's fine.
yeah,
And so yeah, so and you're gonna buy a cart. I mean, you can pay like I don't know, 600 silver for a cart,
All right.
just like a basic cart. Unless you want to pay like a gold or two for like a luxury cart.
I
Does the cart
do.
go faster. Well, I guess not. Everybody, Clancy bought it.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Yeah.
We must travel in style.
Yeah. You pay like a gold and a half for a luxury cart. It's got like nice like padded like it's almost like a tour bus, right? So it has like
Yeah,
sort of
it's like gnome skin seats.
it's got like the bunk like bed type things in it that you can sleep
no
in,
skin.
right? And do you charter a driver?
I don't know. Do we?
Yeah. I mean, it's up to you.
How much does a driver cost?
Let's say the driver is going to charge you 20 silver a day.
We don't need a driver. We've got people that can talk to animals. Just tell the animals where to go. If they get out of line, smack 'em.
Essentially, we have a Tesla chariot.
I don't care. I pay for a driver and a good one.
Okay. So let's see. Let's say you go like to the stables and they have like drivers for hire in the stables. And I click a different computer. So let's see. You can have Casey, the human. You can have Reno, the dwarf, or you can have Pip, the halfling.
Oh, if I'm buying it, it's Pip.
I was about to say Pip sounds like the most trustworthy.
Well, Mist wants to eat Pip for sure.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I like
Um,
halflings.
Yeah.
Yeah, you like to smell them a little.
All right, cool.
Yeah, eat some of them too.
Pip
Yeah.
is going to feel very uncomfortable.
Yeah. So
Why- Of course, I mean that's kind of like our.
So I
group.
walk up to Pip and I'm like, I'm in need of service for a cart, and I heard you're the best.
Pip says, "Oh yes, sir. Yes, sir. I am the best. I drive really well."
If you fail, there will be severe consequences.
He's-
He's
Oh, no,
hoping
no.
he fails so
He
he
says,
can
"No,
eat him.
I won't fail. I'm great at driving a cart." He says, "I barely need any sleep, and I have a great sense of direction."
Great. And then I wipe like some shit off my face because I'm drooling.
He's, "Oh, are you
And
hungry?"
then, don't mind that, sir. And I reach in my pocket and I get a gold coin, and I'm just gonna pay him 1 gold for the whole trip.
He says, "Oh wow. Oh wow, sir. Oh man, oof. I can't wait. This is fantastic." He says, "Oh yes. Oh, let's go."
This is sad.
Hey man, Hobbit meat's expensive.
So yeah, he gets you guys, and when he orders the cart, and you guys got the donkey and the raptor, he's like, "Ooh, that's a strange combo."
Yep.
He says,
Slow and deadly kills the competition.
"Yeah, okay, yeah, sure, I can drive this though. I can drive anything." And he gets up and he says, "All right, everyone aboard." And he just waits.
I get on
Yeah.
right behind him.
And so Simba,
I attempt to sit in his lap.
he's very tiny, and you're kind of large.
Yes, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah. He's like, sir, sir.
That's Clancy's.
Yes.
That's Clancy's fetish.
He's like, that's. I don't think it's gonna work well this way. You should ride in the back.
Would you like to be in my lap?
He says, no, sir. I think that's probably outside of my purview.
Well, I switch either way, just letting you know. Then I hop into the cart.
He says, oh, okay. I don't. Sure. Yep. All right. And then he's like, oh, what are your what are your beasts called? Do they have names?
Donkey and raptor.
Hold on. One
Frumpy
of
and
them
Boo Thing.
Wow, no, there's not. The raptor's name is Butch, and the donkey was an asshole and decided not to tell us his name.
So you say it's like Butch and Donkey, or?
Butch an
Yeah.
asshole.
Well, I give him the lowdown. I'm like, the raptor says his name's Butch, and the donkey refuses to tell us.
He says his name? Does he speak common?
He does not speak common, but I can understand him.
Oh. And then like he leans over to one of the other of you, and he's like, "Does she take the right meds?"
Yeah, she does.
Okay, cool.
Just go along with it.
Okay.
Why I paid you a gold.
He's like, all right, cool. He's like, yes, sir. He's like, all right, Bruce, Donkey, go, and they start going, right?
Bruce.
I mean,
That's
Bruce,
the bat's
Butch,
name.
Butch, sorry, Butch, Donkey, too many B's, because we have Brutus, Butch, and Bruce, because Brutus is the old like decaying dude.
Yeah.
Bruce is the bat, and Butch is too many B's. So yeah, okay. So yeah, you guys start heading off.
While we're in the cart, I'm doing vocal exercises that no one can understand.
Cool.
It just sounds like you're choking to death, like just gurgling.
I'm sleeping slumped against the back of the thing where he's up against driving, drooling, and dreaming of great things.
So also, when you show him on the map where you want to go, he's like, "Are you sure there's nothing there?"
Yes, just take us there.
Okay. And so yeah, you guys head off. And into the first night of the journey, you guys hear a knock. Pip is like knocking on like the window or whatever it is, the slide door to the back. He's like, "Hey guys, hello? Is anyone awake back there?"
Yeah,
No!
what's up?
He says, "Listen, I'm not an expert in like night creatures, but I don't know. As I'm riding through the forest here, it's gotten really, really quiet, and I don't know. It feels off."
Okay, well, don't fucking stop. That's rule number one.
He says, "Okay, I just thought I'd let you know because it feels dangerous."
All right, well, I'm gonna sit out there with him then.
Okay, cool.
Clancy will also sit out there.
Yeah.
Mist will
But
push
he's gonna
Clancy
put
back
on
into the
his new
fucking
head.
thing.
So do I have a like forest at night background? I really don't. It's unfortunate.
What,
Just
forest
zoom into the
background?
grass really good, man.
We'll
The only forest background I know is just the April Fools. Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
we'll just pretend it's nighttime. So yeah, you guys are you're traipsing through the forest, and like I said, it's sort of dark and spooky and whatever. And there are no forest sounds. Mist, roll a discern realities for me.
Sure, man.
Ooh, spoopy.
And that's gonna be totally on nothing because I don't discern anything ever. Oh, okay. It's better than I thought it would be.
You start hearing some like sort of flapping and screeching noises overhead. You can't make out what it is necessarily, but you definitely hear it.
Okay.
Yeah. And when that happens, Pip's like, "What was that?"
And I'm gonna be like, don't fucking stop. Just keep going.
Pip, I thought you were an expert driver. Keep going.
I mean, he's driving. Yeah, he's not stopping, but he's just like
Okay.
he's not. He's scared for sure. Then I'm gonna roll a defy danger for Pip. Pip does not have a lot of dexterity. Okay. So you get a little further in, and suddenly something swoops down and grabs at Pip, and he like just sort of like ducks and rolls, and falls into sort of like the floorboard of the cart where the driving area is, and something like barely grazes his arm and scratches it, and he takes some damage when that happens.
Would I have seen that since I'm sitting
Yeah,
right
yeah,
next
yeah.
to
I
him?
mean, it happens like right beside you.
Then what the fuck was it?
It was definitely like sort of a not a bat, not a pterodactyl, but something that's somewhere in between all of that.
Okay.
And red
So-
in color.
The second I see this shit, I go on the fucking cart, and I'm like, everybody wake the fuck up. We're under attack.
Yeah.
So now Pip is a
Dactyl?
bat pterodactyl.
No, I just scratched him.
I like
Okay.
weredactyl.
Weredactyl.
So yeah, and obviously the cart starts slowing down because the animals are spooked and they're like, and so yeah, so these things are sort of flying overhead, and you see more of them swooping down. Missed another one's coming down right now. What do you do?
Fucking slice it in half.
Yeah, roll for it.
Cool. Yep.
Yeah, roll some damage.
Alright. It's been so long. +1. Alright, so first off, if I don't kill it, it's stunned. And that is gonna be... Sorry, Mike, I've been playing too many fucking characters.
Yeah, I know.
Alright. So, 1... That's a 9.
Okay. So yeah. You managed to sort of slice it, and it becomes stunned, but it also sort of just like falls on top of you, knocking you off the cart as you've sliced it. And
knocking me off the cart. I rolled a 14 and knocked shit off. How about it falls off on the ground?
oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry, 14. Yeah. Sorry, I was looking at the 9. I was like the 9. So yeah, you hit it and it just like falls to the ground with a sort of a gaping wound on it, and then you can see.
With it
twitch a little
being prone and I rolled, can I roll for extra damage and just take a
bit.
open up for myself
Yeah,
for
yeah,
attack?
yeah. If you want to roll another d6.
Yeah, fuck that thing.
Yeah, so you can jump down on top of it and murder it. How do you do it?
Good. I fucking jump, curb stomp it. I just land on its face.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, you
Pops like a pumpkin.
Yeah, you sort of like you destroy its face. When you do that, your back is sort of exposed, and another one like swoops by and scratches you across the back, and you take 3 damage as it just sort of scrapes by. So probably absorbed by most of your armor.
Yep.
And the rest of you, these things are starting to dive bomb the cart and sort of hit it as they dive bomb it. What are you doing?
I want to say yell at Pip, and I say, "Food! I mean, don't be food. Jump in the cart."
Pip's like starts to scramble to try and get in the cart. What's everybody else doing?
We're not moving anymore.
No.
No.
Okay. Then I'm gonna barrel roll out of the cart.
I'm gonna get out of the car. Definitely not gonna stay in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Simba's like, he's walking up behind you, Gray. He's like, Pops, what is that noise
Yes.
they're making? It's so loud.
Loud enough for you to get angry that they're making it.
He's like, Pops, I feel nauseous.
Oh God, don't be a pussy.
He's like, it's so high pitched, I can't even think straight.
You're so happy. Jesus.
So I have a question.
What he's hearing, you're not
supposed-
hearing.
Then it must. Then he
You're gonna
must
piss
have.
this kid off one day. He's gonna kill you. You know that, right?
Good. Let him. Then he'll become the ultimate dragon.
The were-dragon.
Yeah.
He's joined the dark side.
Dragon Wolf.
Yeah. He'll become
So if there was a storm, would it confuse the creatures in the sky and give an advantage?
I mean, maybe, I don't know.
Because I have a
You
storm
could knock him on the
ocarina.
ground.
Yeah.
Are these
I mean,
things some type of bat creature?
Yeah, it's sort of like a it's like it's.
What do I roll? What do I roll on to properly play the storm ocarina to knock these things out of the sky?
I roll dex because it's like playing flute, sort of dexterous.
Well,
I don't sort of knock it
sucks.
outside, but it can maybe disrupt them.
Or like basically give advantage.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm pretty good at it.
Yeah. So you start playing, and a storm starts forming and rumbling overhead, and so you guys can take a +1. It definitely sort of disrupts their patterns because they can't see as well because there's clouds in the sky and they fly in the sky.
Their echolocation's all fucked up.
Yeah. So yeah, you can take +1 advantage to that. And Simba is like on his knees on the ground, holding his ears and like bending down. What's Wildheart doing?
Good question. Not gonna lie, I don't know what's going on.
Cool.
To myself.
Roll Defy Danger. Roll 2d6 plus your dex.
Yeah, that's probably the best thing for him to roll Defy Danger. There's bats everywhere, Wildheart. Demon bats. I believe Wildheart got drunk. That's what happened.
Dude.
Yeah. So two bats swoop down trying to grab at you, and you manage to like drunken fist dodge your way out of them.
Nice.
Yeah. What is Gray doing?
I guess I'm gonna jump up and grab one of these things and rip it apart. Yes, it's gonna happen.
All right, roll strength.
Huh, where'd that go? Must accidentally. Yeah, that's definitely happening all day.
Roll some damage.
What is it? That's 10 plus the Jesus, the merciless.
Yeah, you'll rip it apart.
Yeah, so I jump up and thank God I'm not in wolf form because this would be really bad. And I just rip its wings straight off, or just jump up and
Yeah.
Just rip it in half. Gross.
yeah, straight down.
Delicious.
Cool. Yeah, you rip it apart, and its body falls to the ground. You have wings in your hand. What is Clancy doing?
I scream ho 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 ho.
Green giant.
Yeah.
Clancy's gonna cast a wizard spell.
All right. Which one?
Magic missile.
All right.
Perfectly.
Nice. All right. Yeah, I mean, there's at least a dozen of them in the sky, so.
2d4 damage. I just choose one of them. So.
All right.
Just any random one. For 3 damage.
Yeah, you definitely like clip one with the magic missile. Remember, you hit it straight on, but it just doesn't do a lot of damage. It definitely seems hurt, but it's still flying around. And you know, they start sort of swooping down all around you guys, trying to like get at you. They're still confused by the storm. Currently, Simba is still like just complaining about like the noise, and he starts sort of retching like he's going to throw up. What is Miss doing?
Attacking another one of these bat dactyls.
Okay.
So, yep, that's happening.
Jesus.
Oh, that one's dead.
And I'd like to open myself up again.
All right, yeah. So you leap into the air or catch one as it's going by.
Yeah, pretty much.
Which of the two?
Leap into the air,
Yeah.
grab a leg, and thrust up with the sword.
Okay. And then roll some additional damage.
Well, it's 10.
Cool. Yeah. You managed to kill it.
Sweet.
You stab it, and then I guess as you start plummeting down with it, you slam it on the ground or whatever, which finishes the job. As soon as you hit the ground, though, another one comes by, and it sort of tries to pierce you with its beak. And so 1 damage, doesn't really manage to pierce you, but it does sort of just.
Are they feathery or are they bat-like?
They're bat-like.
Alright, I'll be like, you missed, you winged fuck.
And it hits you, but it glances off, your armor basically. as it swoops by. Melody, what are you up to right now?
Let's confuse them further. I'm gonna try metal hurlant because if I get that right, that deafens them as well.
Okay.
All right.
Nice.
So
Oh, well.
on a 10 plus, it takes a 1d10 damage and it's deafened for a few minutes.
Yeah.
So if I'm shouting like kind of straight up into the sky, like where they're swirling around, how many do I hit? And do I have to roll a d10 for each one, or what's going on with that?
I say you hit at least 3 of them, and then you can roll your d10.
Okay, so 1d10 and it's
Yeah.
just whatever. Yep. All right, 8.
Yeah. So 3 of them basically take 8 damage, and because they can't hear, it seems as though they start running into each other, and so those 3 sort of all run into each other, and they sort of like get entangled and fall to the ground, and then once they hit the ground, they look pretty damaged, but they start snapping at each other like they're angry. I don't know.
Use your stomping boots, Clancy.
We're gonna go over. We're gonna see what. Wildheart, what are you doing?
This time I will attack a bat.
Okay, you attack one of the ones on the ground or one that's in the air.
Yeah, let's go for the low-hanging fruit.
Jesus.
Nice.
That. Oof. Not low enough, apparently.
Yeah, cool. You're going for like the ones on the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's see. Yeah, you run to the middle of them, but you know you're still high. And so let's roll. You take 16 damage as they start like feeding on you and frenzying all over you.
Jesus.
Holy shit.
Yeah, what the
Delicious.
And so now Wildheart's just like on the ground, being like, you know, torn at by these creatures. What is Gray doing?
Trying to get something into like Simba's ears so he can't hear this shit anymore, so he can fucking turn to a dragon and kill all these damn things.
Shove
know.
some sticks in his ears.
Yeah, I'm not gonna kill him. I don't know, like
I could pull out some cotton swabs from my adventuring gear.
fucking cotton swabs. I guess that would work. Or something to cover up his ears.
Hold on, let's see.
Do I have a pair of professional grade shooting headphones?
No.
So, the only thing I have that may be of use is a cat bag.
Do you got some Beats by the Dukes?
I mean, you can metal Hurlant Simba.
But wouldn't that hurt him beforehand?
Yeah, it would.
Yeah, I have a cat bag you could shove in his ear, but
He kills you. That's not on me.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna do the metal hurlant. Because other than that, because I got rid of my feathers and bones and shit, I just have.
Couldn't
a
we
cat
take a
bag.
set of bandages and stick them in his ears or cover his ears with them?
Yeah, that'll work.
We also have. We
Well, that
also
ain't gonna,
have.
wait a minute. How's that gonna help when he turns into a fucking dragon, though?
They'll still be over his ear holes, man.
We could.
Movie
Okay.
bullshit magic.
Would T-Rex leather be a good like?
Before this is done.
Can everybody roll Defy Danger for me?
Yep, saw that coming.
Oh god damn it!
Because your character's just like sitting here arguing about like this, and so you know.
I have T-Rex pamphlets.
Roll Defy Danger on what?
Dex or Strength.
Yeah. Anyway, as we continue arguing,
As I'm pulling cotton
Alright,
swabs
yeah, so-
out
so
of the adventuring gear
For you 7 to 9 people, you just get 4 damage as these things are frenzying all around you now. So
okay, well, you know what? Simba, I just tell him to turn into a fucking dragon and burn these things alive. I'm sure he can do that even with, you know, hearing a horrible sound. Yeah.
Simba's so he's like, can't change sound killing me. I mean,
Sounds like not a good hero thing, but okay. Yeah, I guess I can. I mean, if I can't do anything about that, I guess I'll jump up and kill another one of these things, or get them off Wild Heart. Yeah, that might be a good idea. So I try to, I guess, kill one of these things that are attacking Wild Heart.
all right.
Roll on strength. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Whatever's happening to this thing, I'm just gonna rip its fucking head off because
Yeah.
I'm well, wing, arm, whatever, because that's on a +10.
Yeah.
Or so we'll just roll. Okay. So it is that and a merciless.
Cool.
Well, if it has an arm, it fucking losing
If
it.
you roll the additional d6, opening yourself up to attack, you can get all of them. How about that? All right, good enough. So yeah, you're gonna take all 3 of them out. So tell me how you do it.
I just come by with the gauntlets and just slash at the back of their heads, and they all fall off, and I giggle.
Cool. Just as you finish slashing, two of them swoop down out of the sky,
Yeah.
grab your arms, and then like throw you into a tree.
Oh yeah, taking what?
6 damage as they throw you into the tree and then swoop back up
Okay.
into the air. Wildheart, these things have just been pulled off of you. What are you doing?
So
I'm going to retreat a little bit.
All right. Yeah, roll on dex, I guess, for retreating away. So yeah, you get away, you stumble a little bit, you fall, but you don't, nothing necessarily happens to you as you sort of like are running away. Clancy, what's happening?
I'm gonna pull some cotton swabs out of my adventuring gear and put it in the dragon's ears.
All right, yeah. I guess roll on something. I don't know. Let's roll on wisdom for like putting them in a way that will still stay if he goes dragon.
No, 6.
Yeah. So I mean, you get him in his ear, but he just sort of like he's just like, oh god, they're really. I can't hear you if you're talking, James. Not talking to us, I guess. But yeah, you can see him sort of like sigh a bit of relief, but then he sort of looks at you and he says, I don't. If I turn, I don't think they'll stay.
Just do what your daddy did. Rip him in half.
He's like, he sort of like stands up, and he sort of tries to jump after one of them. Let's see. This and disadvantage. No. No, he definitely jumps up to get one, and he grabs him by the wrist and flings him over to where Gray is, and Simba lands on top of Gray. Gray, you take
Father's done bonding time.
you take 2 damage. Not really, I guess you got armor, but he lands on top of you anyways. So that's happening. Melody, what are you doing?
Alright, so we've confused him. We've confused him even more. How many are left?
There is 7 left.
Okay, we'll try it goes to 11 so they start fighting each other. Holy shit.
Yeah, wow.
Okay. They basically, it goes to 11 is not a damage roll. It's basically they turn on each other.
Yeah. What is that? Is it for all of them or just one of them? What does it say?
Unleash a crazy performance. Choose a target that can hear it, and it attacks its nearest ally.
Yeah. So one of them starts attacking the other ones, essentially. Yeah. One of them starts attacking the others, and it doesn't take too long before they all turn on that one. and they basically tear him apart, and he dies.
Okay.
And so you're down to 6. Miss, what's happening?
I'm gonna just jump in the air and grab one again and kill it.
All right.
Nope.
World's worst game of bubbles.
Yeah. So you jump in the air to grab one, and as soon as you get up, 3 of them sort of like grab a hold of you and just start ascending up into the air with you. They take you
Cool.
like way up, and they drop you from like a pretty considerable height. And you take, hey, look, 3 damage, 3 fall damage, as you hit the ground. So mostly not at all, I guess. So as Mist is falling to the ground, what is Wildheart doing?
Cowering like a little bitch.
Okay, all right, cool. So Gray, what are you doing?
I guess I'm gonna jump up, try to kill one of these things.
Cool.
Yeah, for once that didn't happen very well.
Okay, roll some damage.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're gonna kill the one you're attacking.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. So how do you do it?
I'm just, as I jump up there and grab it, I'm just gonna take it back down and slam its head directly into the concrete or ground, splashing blood and guts and ass everywhere.
Yeah. Cool. So yeah, it falls to the ground. Another one dive bombs you as you're coming down with its beak to try and pierce you, and 5 damage as it sort of like pierces you with its beak, probably only slightly.
Okay.
Yeah. Wildheart, can you roll me a Defy Danger with your Constitution?
Yeah.
Cool. So as you're cowering in the forest, there's a couple of bugs crawling on you, but you manage to swat them away. But they seem to be like, after you in your current location. So going back to Mist, what's you doing?
I'm pissed off because I just got picked up and thrown, so I'm gonna jump back up in the air and try and snatch me a couple more of these things and kill them.
Yeah.
Yes, that's happening.
Okay. So you leap into the air.
All right, and I'm gonna use a Dirty Fighter, which I forgot. It gives me an extra D4 of attack, so didn't need that extra D6. 9.
All right, cool. You will take one to near death, but not
Cool.
quite kill it. So yeah, you slash at it, you cut it open. But
I'm gonna say that I cut its wing off, so it has to land on the ground.
Yeah. So when it's falling with you, it's sort of like scratching and clawing at you on the way down, and you take 6 damage as it's clawing at you on the way down.
Sweet.
Clancy, what are you doing?
I'm gonna try and choke the one he almost killed to unconsciousness.
Okay. Roll on strength. You can take +1 advantage.
Sweet.
Yeah. I mean, you strangle it. It's thrashing about pretty badly as you're strangling it. It manages to sort of peck you in the face when that's going on. You take just 1 damage though, so probably nothing.
No damage. My mask is secure.
Yeah, but you manage to strangle it and it dies. And,
No.
yeah. And about this time, the handful that are left, they sort of start to fly off. They're like, screw this, they're leaving.
No.
No.
Oh no, come
No.
back. We totally want to keep fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you.
Well, I tried to get to this one as a pet.
Yeah. You don't do anything trying to stop them from getting away.
Actually, that's not a bad idea, but yeah, I think we'll
Nah,
Yeah.
fuck
hold
those
off
things.
on that one.
Yeah. Yeah, so they fly away, and they're sort of like gone. And you know, a minute or so after they're gone, sort of the sound in the woods start returning. You start hearing like crickets, frogs, you know, stuff. And Pip's like, pokes his head out of the cart, and he's like, "Wow, that was exciting. What was that all about?"
Who knows, man? It's a wild world. Let's get on. We need to go somewhere.
And he sort of points over at like Wildheart, and he's like, "Is that guy okay?"
Who
No,
knows?
I am not okay.
He's like, "Oh, do one of you guys have like a med kit or something?"
Oh,
Why would I waste that?
I guess I can try to arcane arts heal. Let's see if I can do that. It works, kind of.
Mike, while we travel on the cart, would that be considered camping?
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. Roll your healing.
I did. Oh, you mean like how much?
Yeah.
2d8s. Also, since I can do two people, do two healings at once on at 2d8, is anybody else damaged?
I am by 2. But
All
that's
right.
it.
I'll be fun.
Okay, then I'll get missed as well.
All right.
13 healing.
Yeah,
Wow,
that
nice.
happens.
Wildheart, you feel a lot better.
Nice.
So yeah, you guys make your way, and you get to the point, you know, a couple more hours down the road, and Pip sort of is getting, you know, he knocks on the door again, knocks on the thing. He's like, "Hey, anyone?"
Yes, child?
He's like, "Hey, so I'm getting a little sleepy. I need maybe like 3 hours of sleep. Do you want to stop and make camp, or does someone else want to drive for those 3 hours?"
What does it take to drive?
He says, "Well, I mean, you direct the animals and you drive the cart."
I don't think
Since I can-
that.
Redirected at Mike, the GM. What does it take to drive?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you can drive a cart.
Okay, well, I'll do it then. It's fine.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll take a shift eventually because I can talk to the animals. But yeah,
He's like, "Cool. Do I just sleep out here on the seat, or do I go inside?"
You can sleep where I was sitting.
Come, cuddle with me.
He says, "You know what? I think I feel safer out here with him." And so yeah, he sort of lays down in the seat beside you, and he just kind of like starts going to sleep. Hey, Miss, roll with your Constitution.
wait,
Sure.
wait.
Nope.
You
did this, man. You did this.
definitely you definitely are going to take a bite of this halfling.
Oh no.
Roll your base damage, no modifiers.
Base damage, no modifiers.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do D8 of damage of biting him. Are you shitting me? Yeah. That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, you
Watch, it's gonna be at 8,
you-
and he's got
you-
really low health.
you failed pretty hard. Yeah. So you, I mean, do you pick up his hand and bite it? Where, I mean, you know, where do you feel compelled to bite him?
I would say like, I don't know, somewhere no one's gonna see it.
Oh, he felt safe with you.
So like on his side.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
I'm
Pretend
also
it's-
gonna posit that I'm just gonna rub some fucking go to sleep poison on him so he doesn't wake up.
Before or after?
Like during, it's on my fucking lips.
Okay.
Pretend it's sexy. I don't
You're
know.
like a mosquito.
Yes.
Yeah. So you take a small chunk out of his flesh,
Oh,
and he kind of
God.
starts bleeding. So when he starts sort of bleeding, you know, because you've taken a chunk out of him. Well, first of all, you take the bite. It's super delicious. I mean,
It
like
sure is.
it's like pure ecstasy.
I love a hobbit.
After you like gulp it down and have that moment, you you come to the realization of what you've done. And he's bleeding. So what do you do about that?
I give him a bandage.
You
I
don't,
bandage him.
You don't call any like Melody to heal him or anything.
No, fuck that. I just bandage his ass.
All right. Yeah.
He is passed out. He's not waking up.
Yeah.
And I've bandaged him. And when he wakes up, if he says something about it, like, "Oh yeah, you were bleeding while we were going, then one of those bats must have bit your ass."
Yeah. So the rest of the time goes by, and he does wake up. And when he wakes up, he like immediately grabs at his side, and he's like, "Oh my god, what is that?" And he's like, "Where did this bandage come from?" And he looks at you.
I'm gonna be like, "Man, you were out. I tried to wake you up, but all that blood you lost must have messed you up. I think one of those bats bit you, so I bandaged you."
He's like, "I don't remember getting bit."
Yeah, when you got a lot of adrenaline going through you, man, you get hurt sometimes. You don't realize it.
He says, "Roll charisma."
Sure. Yeah, buddy.
Yeah. He's definitely like, he's like, maybe you're right. Yeah, I guess so. That makes sense.
And I just roll up my sleeves and I show him some of the gnarly scars that I have, because I'm sure I have plenty.
Yeah. He's like, oh, yeah. He's all right. Well, I think I'm good to take over if you want me to.
Yeah, man, if you want to, that's fine.
He says, all right, cool. And he like grabs the reins, and you carry on. And so you make the rest of the trip. It's mostly uneventful, and eventually you arrive at a place that I definitely have.
Clancy has changed hats and hasn't said a word since.
Okay. Yeah. So you arrive into this sort of little, just sort of small town, but it has like a really large, building in the center of it all. I mean, there is sort of like a like stable training ground. There's like an inn.
Neat.
There's some like basic things. It seems like a little like self-sufficient town. And when you arrive, there are a couple of guards at the entrance, and they see you pulling up, and they stop the cart, obviously. And Pip's like, is anybody riding with Pip, or are you guys all in the back at this point?
I'm up there with him.
Of course you are.
I think that some of us would periodically
Said, of course
peek
you
out
are.
or come to see the nature.
Pip's like, this.
I gotta
Is
protect
this
my
like
investment.
one of those hard-top carts?
Yeah.
Cool. I'm totally on top, just like hanging a leg off the back.
Yeah. All right. Pip's like, wow, this place isn't even on the map. He says, I wonder why not. To you, sort of, as you guys are pulling up. And the guys stop the cart, and they're like, "Hold there, whoa!" And Pip stops. He just sits there, and so one of the guards walks up to you guys, and he's like, "State your business."
All right, I look at him and I say, "I've been summoned. My name is." What was on the thing? Was it my actual name?
Yeah, it said Mist.
Or was it? All right. My name is Mist. Check with whoever summons people.
He says, "Do you have your papers?"
Yeah, I hand him paperwork.
He takes it and he looks at it and he says, "And who do you have with you?"
These are my traveling companions.
He says, "Okay." Yep. It's all right. So if you're here for the trial, there's a discount at the inn. We can give you a voucher for that. And he pulls out like a little like satchel, and he's got like tiny little like papers in it. And he pulls one out and he hands it to you. He says, "This will give you 30% off a room."
You summoned me here. My room better be free.
He says, "Well, you're welcome to camp outside if you'd like."
Then I can turn around and leave.
He says, "I don't advise that, sir."
Well, then comp me a room.
So he looks at the other guy, and they kind of go back and forth. He says, "One moment," and the other guy leaves, and he just stands there. And he's just standing there, sort of like standing. He's not making any conversation.
Cool, man. I'm just staring him in the eyes.
Yeah.
Not moving anything.
And Pip's like, Awkward. And Simba's kind of recovered at this point in time, obviously from the whole thing, and he's telling you, Gray, he's telling you like about the high pitched noise he heard, and he was apologizing that he couldn't help with the whole thing, and a little bit of time comes back, and then the guy comes back, and he has this sort of it's an elf, and the elf's wearing some pretty like fancy suiting, and he has like glasses, slicked back blonde hair, a couple of like big rings on his fingers, and he's walking up with this guy, and he says, "Oh, Mist, thank you so much for coming." He says, your testimony is vital to our case. These gentlemen say you have a problem with your room."
Yeah, they're telling me I have to pay for something, even though you summoned me to this.
He says, "Oh, I'll cover that. Don't worry." He just tells the guards. He says, "Their room's on me."
I just give a shit-eating grin to the one that was giving me crap.
Yeah. And he says, "Move along." And you guys make your way into town. And the inn, it's over here. Inn, look at the inn, yay! And there's a little like town market, where there's like food vendors and stuff like that. So you guys get in, you get settled into the inn, and the guy says he's willing to comp you 2 rooms.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can divvy that up however you want. Wildheart, as you're making your way to the inn, you hear a psst.
Yes.
Do you like follow the sound of the psst?
Yes.
Yeah. So sort of like back behind one of the buildings, you walk back there, and there's Kit and Valencia.
Of course they are.
Yeah. And Kit's like, "Wildheart, we didn't have a time to speak. When last we left, you were unconscious. From, I don't know, something to do with bugs. I'm not entirely sure. Your party didn't explain it well." She says, "Look, we wanted to ask you to join us in to help liberate the Dark Elves. Is that something you would want?"
Yes. I'd love to free my people.
She says, "Cool. Then let's go before we get found out."
What?
I don't have time to say bye. Goodbye.
She says, "You've got 5 minutes."
Alright, I'll be back.
Cool.
He just walks up like, "Bye, fuckers," and leaves.
Yeah. So yeah. So Wada, you walk back, and the group's like, in the foyer of the inn. What do you do?
I tell him I've come across an opportunity to help my people, and I'm going to take it.
Okay. And they just stare at you.
Yeah, no, Miss says good luck, man.
Yeah, of course. We give a nice goodbye.
And hope
I'm
you,
like, "Go on now,
get
get
what you need.
out of here."
Oh my gosh.
And I'm like dabbing my face with like a napkin. Just go on now.
Yeah, I mean, like Simba's definitely got a tear, and he's like, "Will I ever see you again?"
Hopefully.
He says, "I'll miss you, Wildheart."
Promised myself I wouldn't cry.
Oh my god.
That's funny.
Yeah, and he like gives you a hug.
I get choked back tears.
Yeah, and he gives you like an extra like firm grip, and then like lets you go, and he like turns away. And yeah. All right.
I gotta go clean this dirt out of my eye.
So
Good luck with the dirt in your eye.
yeah. So yeah, Wildheart, leaves in the night to free his people, to be seen at a later time, perhaps. And you guys sort of get settled into the inn. We are currently on the night of. This is Tuesday night, May the 11th. Tomorrow, Wednesday the 12th, is the date of the trial. So you can.
And I gotta figure out how to level 10, so.
Huh?
I gotta figure out how to level 10.
Oh yeah. So yeah, like I said, you guys get settled in. Do you have anything you want to do in sort of in the inn before we close out?
Nope.
No.
All right. So you guys.
Party.
Yeah. Do you start playing in the inn's
Yes.
dining area? Yeah. Roll,
Against their will.
roll charisma.
Against their will.
The hell is my charisma?
I don't know. Probably on your character sheet.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do a good job. Yeah, you draw a crowd, and they seem pleased. So yeah, we close on the night, and then we'll wake up the morning of the trial and carry on from there. So
All right.
yep. Do you want to say shout out to Brad? He's going to go on hiatus, I believe.
Yep.
But we've had fun, and certainly play together some more. Let you know when we get one shots coming up if you want to do any of those. So
Yeah, I'll do some one shots.
yeah, and now you can get some sleep on Thursday nights, I guess.
Yeah.
Because you're weak and you need sleep. I get it.
Sleep's amazing.
Yeah. So, but anyways, thanks stream. Thanks Brazil.
Thank you,
Later.
Vader.
Catch you next time.
We love you.
So we're not playing next week, and we're not playing the week after either, really, because we're on both Thursdays. Unless you guys want to move the game to Thursday night or Wednesday night of the following week.
I'm like, what?
Sorry,
It is Thursday night, mate.
Wednesday night. So we can discuss that later, but definitely not next week at all. So, anyways, bye stream. Close that out.